Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen illuminates the One Show over on BBC One now. Here on BBC Two, World Athletics highlights, and on BBC Three, Doctor Who on the Moon.
And coming here on BBC Two Scotland, trekking South American style in Scotland with Landward. Coming next.
Fast food is about to get fabulous.
Look, I know you can get a ready meal. Why would you want to buy something out of a box? Take the expressway. Believe me, there is no turning back.
Nigella Express starts Monday at 8:30 on BBC Two.
Janice Forsyth presents Proms in the Park, Saturday, September the 8th on Radio Scotland. Want to watch tonight?
How often we make our history the story of the great conquerors, the men of violence. But here's one man who sits under a tree thinking and changes the world.
Michael Wood and the Story of India at 9 on 2. And of course, Michael is referring to the Buddha and the power of his ideas. That's later tonight. But right now on BBC Two Scotland, it's Landward with Nick Nair.
It's the last day of summer, and tomorrow marks the start of autumn. So after all that wet and windy weather we've been having, are we in for an Indian summer? Here's the Landward weather forecast.
Unfortunately, Nick, not much sign of an Indian summer for us in the near future. I think more chance of seeing some sunshine early next week, but actually it could turn rather on the chilly side. Let's start though with this weekend. Some average temperatures, but unfortunately we could be just a little bit short on sunshine a lot of the time. We've had quite a lot of cloud drifting in today. We'll see more of that arriving overnight tonight, and for the north and west that will bring some patchy light rain initially, perhaps some heavier rain across the western hills by the end of the night. Overnight lows between 11 and 13. So to start us off on Saturday, some quite grey prospects, although with some shelter in the east, we should have some sunny spells. So a little bit of a contrast really across the country through the course of the day. The west always picking up the thickest cloud though, and by the end of the day with the weather front arriving, some quite heavy rain as well getting into the Western Isles, the Highlands as well, and that rain will also extend across into Orkney and Shetland. Contrast that though as we slide further south around the Moray Firth into Aberdeenshire, Perth, and we're looking at a pretty pleasant afternoon, perhaps with temperatures as high as 19 or 20 degrees Celsius. Head further west though once again into Dumfries and Galloway, Ayrshire, more cloud around and perhaps 1 or 2 light showers. Still some fairly decent temperatures though, 17 or 18 degrees. Rain or shine though on Saturday, wherever you are, I think one thing you will notice is the wind. It is going to be a pretty keen westerly, particularly in the north along with that weather front. And indeed, if you're taking to the hills at around Munro level, we can look at 35 to 40 miles an hour as a wind speed. Some quite persistent rain as well, turning heavier across our western hills. Towards the east though, it's drier, it's sunnier, it's a little warmer as well, but that wind unfortunately will be every bit as keen. The same goes out across the open water, typically a 4-6 southwesterly, but we could see 4-7 in the Minches, but at least we are looking at pretty good visibility. That is apart from northern and western areas where of course as the cloud and rain comes in the visibility will drop off, but the good news is our weather front will sweep away to the south pretty quickly overnight Saturday, so for Sunday we are starting on a better note. There will be quite a bit of cloud around first thing following on behind this weather front, but as we start to pick up a northwesterly wind it'll break up the cloud through the day and we should see more in the way of sunshine. So I think Sunday certainly the brightest day of the weekend. Still some fairly decent temperatures as well, but getting a little cooler already in the north, and we keep that trend going then unfortunately into Monday. Look at the isobars turning down we go, pulling the air in from the north. It's not an Arctic blast, we're not in winter yet, but it's not going to feel too clever for this time of year. That northerly wind really pushing our temperatures down in some areas to just 14 or 15 degrees. Still with the northerly airflow on Tuesday. Some good news though, with the northerly wind we will have a lot of clear skies and sunshine, so a bright day on Tuesday. Lighter winds though, and that will make a difference then. Highs of 17 or 18, it should be feeling pretty pleasant. And actually for Wednesday we are still under the influence of high pressure. Perhaps we'll see a little bit more cloud, but it looks like another dry day, and if anything it should feel a little bit warmer.
A Gardener's World special tonight on BBC Two Scotland marks its 40th anniversary with some vintage clips from the archives. Join Monty Don and Alan Titchmarsh at 8. Next up, we're in Osaka for more World Athletics action.